In the shadowy depths of the jungle, where the vibrant hues of life clash with the stark realities of survival, a haunting spectacle unfolds. Meet the white tiger, a creature of ethereal beauty, now marred by a grotesque affliction. This majestic beast, once a symbol of grace and power, bears a horrific barnacle wound that tells a chilling tale of nature's darker side. As we delve into this unsettling narrative, prepare yourself for a journey that intertwines the marvels of the animal kingdom with the grim realities of parasitism. The barnacle, a seemingly innocuous marine organism, has found its way onto the skin of this magnificent feline, transforming it into a living canvas of suffering. These crustaceans, often associated with the rugged shores of the ocean, have taken an unexpected detour into the realm of terrestrial life, clinging to the tiger's fur with a tenacity that is both fascinating and repulsive. As we examine the wound, we see the barnacles embedded deep within the tiger's flesh, their hard, calcified shells contrasting sharply with the soft, vulnerable skin beneath. This infestation is not merely a cosmetic issue. It is a brutal assault on the tiger's health. The barnacles feed on the tiger's blood and tissue, siphoning vital nutrients and leaving behind a trail of infection and decay. The once proud predator now struggles against the weight of its own body, each movement a reminder of the parasitic burden it bears. The barnacle's life cycle is a marvel of nature. Yet, as the sun dips behind the dense canopy of the jungle, it reveals a sight so grotesque it almost defies belief. A leopard, its sleek and powerful frame marred by an appalling barnacle-like wound crawling with parasites. At first glance, this is no image to conjure in the mind of a wildlife enthusiast eagerly seeking the grace and majesty of a great predator. Instead, it plunges us into a dark, visceral reality where the natural world's most sublime hunters are, in fact, battlefields for unseen armies of vermin and decay. The gaping lesion, crusted and swollen, oozes a fetid fluid, a reservoir of sickness, an infestation that both repels and fascinates. This pulsating sore, festooned with barnacle-like clumps of hardened pus and skin, is a hideous manifestation of nature's indifferent cruelty and the fragility hidden beneath the leopard's fierce exterior. Closer observation reveals the true horror beneath the scabbed surface. An intricate ecosystem of parasites thrives. These aren't mere annoyances. Mites, ticks, and botfly larvae have colonized the wound, each contributing to the leopard's slow degradation. The mites crawl incessantly, their microscopic legs digging into the raw tissue, while ticks protrude like grotesque thorns, engorging themselves greedily on the blood that courses beneath the delicate flesh. The botfly larvae burrow deeper still, their pearly white bodies writhing grotesquely in the damp, inviting darkness of the wound, consuming living flesh from within. This infestation is a macabre banquet, a thriving microcosm of life fed by the decay of the magnificent predator. One might wonder how such a form in the icy waters of the Arctic, a haunting sight emerges, a beluga whale, its once pristine skin marred by a grotesque barnacle wound. This is not just a simple blemish. It is a gruesome testament to the relentless grip of nature's most tenacious hitchhikers. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is confronted with a shocking reality. The whale's flesh is pockmarked and inflamed, a gruesome landscape of white and yellow barnacles clinging desperately to its body. These crustaceans, often mistaken for mere sea debris, are in fact a parasitic plague, feeding off the whale's nutrients and leaving behind a trail of suffering. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous creatures, are a marvel of evolution, but their infestation can lead to horrific consequences. They latch onto the whale's skin, burrowing in and creating open wounds that can become infected. The beluga, a creature known for its intelligence and grace, now bears the scars of a battle it never chose to fight. The barnacles thrive in the nutrient-rich waters, multiplying rapidly, and as they do, they create a dark symbiosis that turns deadly. The whale's immune system struggles to fend off the invasion, and what was once a majestic being is now a canvas of suffering, a living reminder in the shadowed wilds where life is a brutal struggle and survival a daily testament to resilience. A grotesque spectacle chills the soul. Here, a lone wolf staggers through the darkened forest, its fur matted and stained, not just with dirt or blood, but with an infestation so vile it seems ripped from nightmares. This wolf's body is marred by a horrific barnacle wound, a living horror clinging tenaciously to flesh. An unnatural parasite that tells a story harsh and unyielding. You might imagine barnacles as mere seaside hitchhikers, harmless clingers to the rocks or ship hulls. But here, they transform into a grotesque symbol of nature's unyielding cycle. Barnacles are crustaceans, their calcium shells resembling tiny fortress-like casings, perfectly adapted to attach themselves to hard surfaces. Typically, these are inert things like rocks, piers, or the undersides of aquatic creatures. But when a barnacle finds a host with exposed, wounded tissue, like that wolf's festering lesion, a dark symbiosis takes hold. The barnacle begins to embed deeply, tunneling its miniature hooks and plates into the wolf's skin. Instead of smooth stone or wood, the barnacle feasts on living flesh, drawing nutrients in a grotesque inversion of normal predator-prey roles. The result is a wound that is not merely infected but overtaken, an ever-expanding landscape of crustacean horror pinned to the very marrow of the wolf. This barnacle infestation is both a wound and a cradle for a further calamity. The barnacles excrete enzymes to dissolve flesh, which allows them to bind even more fiercely into the wolf's body. The area around the wound swells with infection, the flesh rots, the smell is a putrid concoction of decay, and saltwater, a dreadful perfume of death. Flies circle, drawn to the carnage, while maggots nestle deep in the decaying tissue. The wolf's movement becomes a desperate dance against the spreading invasion, its hide ruptured with cracked shells, and raw flesh growing intertwined in a living hell of infestation. This is not evolution's intended design. This is not a normal predator focusing on